to talk again because it's been several years since I've had front teeth. So what we're doing here today is we're doing a bird poo removal and cleaning out the basement garage here. So what we've got to do is got the reclaim trailer here, so we're getting everything hooked up. We got all our pressure line out, our hose. You can see the tank's overflowing. So we pulled the drain, we blocked off, we worked out where the water's going. So we blocked that off. So all we have to do is drop this into the pit. It'll get filtered through here. And then we got the discard line going out the back. We haven't got it going into the tank yet. I've got to finalise the plumbing. I've still got to do a little bit more work on the trailer because I want to hook up a second set of filters across here, which are with much larger filtration. So it goes for the bigger ones and then it goes for a finer one. Or we can have some cotton filters that it goes through as well. Got this custom box made up. It's got the generator in there, and we're going to put a shelf in there for the inverter for that. So we've got all that up in there. Then we got all the dam on this side of the trailer, all our wheel chocks and stuff like that. Big 100-litre tow tank. And then I still got to mount my battery up, and I've got to mount the inverter up in that box there. So we worked that out. So our discharge line is coming straight out here, out to the back, going out into a gravel pit that's out the back here. So it'll just slowly sink into the ground, because this is what we're going to clean up, all in here. It's all up. All just pretty nasty job to get all this. So we'll give it a quick sweep and scrape, and then get in there and we'll blow it all out. It's just a nasty job. And then discharge line comes just out here into this gravel pit. So all the discoloured water will stay out here and it won't go too far. So say hi to Nathan. So nice, easy job. I'll talk about how much I price this one out on my membership. So if you want to know that type of stuff, join my membership, because I talk about pricing and how I price this type of job. It is a fairly small car park, but you got to remember that trailer is 35 grand. It still costs money to get shit done. So, and then bird droppings is always very painful to clean it up, and you got to watch these lights. Got to clean up all these pipe work, clean up all this little nasty stuff down here. So what we did to start with is we looked at the drainage. So there's one drain here, right at the back end of the car park. So I put the hose in there and I put water straight down the drain, and we worked out to come down to this one here. And there's 3 drains coming into this one. So there's the one coming straight through, and there's another one coming from that little drain across. And then it runs into there and it goes back out to the south side of the building, because you can see the water's just damming up there. And then the water travels back to the south side and then back out through the main stormwater. But if anybody knows this job, I've done this job before. We did all the car park underneath the first time around, so we're doing this one the second time around. And they got a problem, but it's regulation to you're not allowed to let any debris go down drains and stuff like that. So Hence why I got a $35,000 trailer that I built that to reclaim and filter water. So when you get into Main Street areas, this is not something you're going to have straight off the bat. You might have a little vacuum system or a little sump pump. This is a year and a half in the making. It's a lot of money to invest. $8,000 my ass. That's $35,000. Trust me, I didn't want to spend it, but we're probably going to focus on building. I'm probably going to build another website just for the reclaiming part of things, and then link it to my main website so I can actually solely focus on those high-end basement jobs, high-end clients that want reclaiming jobs. And you know, you might get a job down in Sydney or something that needs reclaiming, like an airport or something like that, that other people, they've got a small system, that's fine, but when you're talking large scale stuff like service stations and all that, you're not allowed to have that oil run into the drain. You might get away with it by doing it through the night, but if where health work and stuff comes around and they test the drains and stuff and see that the flow's been coming down, all they have to do is track down your invoice and you're liable. Because what you got to do is you got to prove your innocence. So you got to prove with photos and videos that you've set up the system to divert the water, especially from a service station. So if you haven't done that, then you're liable for a big fine. I think it's around $18,000 to $30,000 per offence. So we don't want to do that. So, and they've stated when we quoted this job that it had to be reclaimed. So it was a requirement to do this job. And you don't want to be putting that bird droppings down the drain, because all the diseases and everything that's in there, it's very unhealthy for the people and whatnot. So we're going to get stuck into this job. We're going to hook up the generator, get that machine going, and then the main reason I put it to a generator, because if I take off the trailer off the truck, I want it fully self-sufficient. So that's why we went with the generator, to say, well, we can put it down the far end of the property and we can have it pumping out of the main thing, and then we can put the truck somewhere else to use the water supply. So that's what we've done, and that's the way we hooked it up. And then if somebody was to rent this off me, then number one, you would have to be somebody I know, that's for sure. But I want it to be self-sufficient, so you just tow it away and away you go. You don't have to hook it up to the truck for power or batteries or anything like that. So that's the way we set it up. So yeah, we're just going to get into this. It's probably going to take us probably 4 or 5 hours to get this done. So it's a nice paying job. Yeah, nice and easy. Like we'll whack over the concrete pretty easy. It's getting into all the pipe work and stuff, making sure the water doesn't go around the lights and pop the lights. So yeah, all right, catch you later.